Coming up on News 4 at 5, George Rickert has a special story that he's working on about the surprising world of service dogs. And George met two incredible individuals who rely on service dogs for everyday activities. Neither of them are blind, but the dogs play an important role in their lives that the average person might not notice right away. And right now we are joined in the studio by one of those women that George interviewed, Cindy White, who has muscular dystrophy, and I'm also joined by Jesse here. And Jesse really plays an important role in your life.
Yes, I used him for walking and balance. I requested a tall dog, so he is right at counter level when I'm at my house. I can reach his back. He doesn't have to wear, my previous dog had to wear a harness off his back that came up like a foot, so I can just reach him. If I fall, he helps me get up. When I'm in a wheelchair, he does pull the wheelchair. But his basic duty right now is just for my walking and balance purposes. I can hang on to him.
And you know, a lot of times when people think of service dogs, they think about them for the blind. And from what I hear, you've actually had to explain your medical condition quite often because you know, you aren't blind.
Yes, I've been told, well, you're not blind, you don't need the dog, you don't have the dog, he shouldn't be in here. And I actually carry ID on me, his certification, and some of the laws that says I can be in there. Anything open to the public, I'm allowed to enter with the dog. I was actually kicked out of the zoo a few weeks ago by security and told I shouldn't even been allowed to come in. But I have my ID with me, I carry it with me, I've showed it to people at times, and they still say, well, you're not blind. And the card actually has a picture of me and him, and it says what he does for me. And it says, you know, he's used for mobility purposes.
I'm sure that's pretty frustrating.
It is, it is. I've walked out of stores, and it's gotten to the point sometimes I'm like, fine, just call the police, because I know I can be in here.
So what would you like the public to know about service dogs?
Anywhere the public is invited, the dogs are, by law, can accompany you, whether it's hotels, hospitals, restaurants, grocery stores, the movies, Shays, any theater, any place, as long as the public is invited.
And Jesse is pretty friendly. I mean, do you encourage people to come up to Jesse, or what's advice for people? Generally,
just ignore the dog, pretend he's not there, because it's a distraction, and then he changes his focus from me to whoever's trying to get his attention. I've learned recently not to give his real name, which everybody will know now.
Yeah.
Because if you tell, you know, okay, what's your dog's name? Jesse. And then they sit there and they constantly keep calling his name. He looks at them and pays attention to them.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. And I'm really looking forward to the piece. It is going to be airing tonight on News 4 at 5. And for now, we'll toss it over to CW star Matt, who has some fashion tips for us.